And it's down the road we go. Hi, everybody. It is the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November, and that makes it Election Day 2018. It is Tuesday, the 6th day of November. I am Dan Coons. We're finally to Election Day. We made it. It's been a long, long slog since the primary back in August, but today is the day, Decision Day. If you haven't voted yet, you don't have a lot of time to get the job done. It is Election Day. We'll have complete coverage beginning tonight at 7:30. We'll go from 7:30 to 9 o'clock with all the latest returns from the local auditor's office, so stay tuned for that. We got the whole crew up and running. I'll be at the Chelan County Courthouse. We'll have Cal Fitzsimmons, we got Uriah, we got Kat, we got Eric, we got Steve, we got Carrie, we got the whole crew providing you all the latest results, the returns, analysis, the whole 9 yards with live election coverage beginning at 7:30 tonight and running until 9 right here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll preview the election, let you know what the turnout looks like in both Chelan and Douglas County. That's coming up when we tackle news. We got sports, lots of sports to get to, as you might imagine. We also have the obscure holiday today and history birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And my guest in the second half of the program, Linda Haglund, the executive director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association. They have a big Saturday coming up. It's the holiday open house and wine walk, which is coming up. That's why I have my little wine sampler glass, courtesy of Linda. Linda will be joining us in the second half of the program. We'll also put a wrap on the Halloween trick-or-treating. That happened a week ago in downtown. It was a pretty huge success. And all the other cool things that's happening downtown with Linda in the second half of the program. Also, the pass report. Passes are going to get a little snow. Stevens is getting a little snow. As a matter of fact, we have a little graphic that's going to make you go, are you kidding me? Is winter coming? Winter's coming. Nothing you can do about that. All right, let's move on down the road. Let's take a look at what's going on around north central Washington with our Sky-Fi big-time, beautiful cameras. That, of course, is the Cross camera, which always begins our festivities here on this Tuesday morning. Beautiful morning, chilly, 43 degrees. We're going to warm up, they tell us, the National Weather Service, to about 54. We're in a long stretch of temperatures that are well above normal. In fact, counting yesterday's high, Monday's high of 57, that made it now 11 days in a row with a high temperature above normal. But the overnight lows are going to get chilly because we'll have mostly clear skies. Beautiful view from our 4K camera located adjacent to the Cross at the very tip of Wenatchee Heights. That one always begins. Now from this point forward, Kat decides what cameras we look at, and I have to guess. Don't have to guess there. Nope, that's Billy Goat. One of our all-time favorite cameras, Billy Goat. What an incredible view. Of course, you can see two counties. You can see Okanagan County and you can see Douglas County. And if it was a clear day, you could see Canada, the Columbia River. You can see it bending around the greater Brewster area and heading on down towards Pateros and the Methow in the very corner, very bottom of your screen on a beautiful view from up there. That camera is way up there. That's probably our highest camera elevation-wise. It's about 7,000 feet above sea level. That's crazy. Camera 3 is a shot of, don't tell me, Kat, is that Nanapoc? What are we looking at? That's Nanapoc. It's pulled back. It's pulled way back. Normally we have it zoomed in on the Cascades. Take a look at the snow. That's a beautiful, beautiful shot from Nanapoc Ridge. Look at those low clouds hanging on, but they'll burn off. I think we're pretty much past the peak of the leaves turning, the foliage turning and the leaves falling down. The tree in my front yard lost all of its leaves over the weekend with the wind. They were kind of just slowly drifting to the ground, and then the wind came over the weekend and just cleared the tree out. That happened to a lot of trees. Camera 4. This is a new camera we had up and running about 3 weeks ago. This is above the Peshastin area. You can't quite make out Leavenworth, but it's down there. You can see where the Tumwater Canyon begins. I guess you can make out Leavenworth a little bit. It's got a few low clouds hanging around there. You can see where the snow level is. That's down there a little bit. And the snow level is going to be down there at about 4,500 feet is our snow level for today and tonight. But there's not a lot of moisture out there, although some areas, and we're going to show you a graphic here in just a minute, are going to get a little bit of light snow, certainly in the higher elevations. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look from the National Weather Service at your forecast. There you go. Quite a bit of sunshine today, a little breezy at times, high of 54 degrees, clear tonight, 37 for the overnight low. We have a graphic to show you for snowfall tonight into Wednesday. Take a look at where you live. Now, it's white. Now, snow is white, but white means not a lot of snow. So whoever's going to get some snow, obviously the Cascades and the Idaho Panhandle is going to get some snow, and way up in the Republic, Colville area could get some light snow, but no more than just an inch, maybe 2. That's it. The darker the color, the more snow you're going to get. So as you can see, the mountain passes in the Mission Ridge area are going to get some more snow tonight into Wednesday morning. But the pattern is really fairly dry, and we're finally going to cool down to normal temperatures. We've been well above normal, as I mentioned before, but look at the overnight low Wednesday night into Thursday, below freezing. That hasn't happened in a long time. Then we'll be just about the freezing mark for those overnight lows. Quite a bit of sunshine for the most part, and the temperatures will gradually cool down to where we were supposed to be. Yesterday's high 57. Normally we're at 49, so we've had a long stretch of mild weather for November, but that's going to come to an end as we get to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Let's take a look at your mountain passes. We got the cameras courtesy of the Washington State Department of Transportation, and we'll start with I-90. Not looking too bad at all. Roadway is bare and wet. No advisories, no restrictions. Some light rain coming down at I-90, but you don't have to deal with standing water. That's always good. Now, Stevens, you're going to see some snow up there. Take a look at this shot. You're going to find traction tires advised on Stevens Pass. Stevens Pass, unfortunately, is a black and white camera, but it is snowing. Not snowing hard, but it's snowing, and so the very summit of Stevens, about the last 3 or 4 miles coming up and then going back over, you're going to find some slick conditions with some snow and some slush in the roadway. Again, it's snowing on Stevens, and traction tires are advised on US 2. Blewett, no real problems at all. Scattered clouds. You're going to find some frost and ice in places on US 97 Blewett. And I think the last time I looked, they had a sanding truck going by right at the summit. Yep, there it is. You can see that sanding truck. You can actually see the sand coming down at the summit of Blewett Pass. Roadways bare and wet, some frost and ice in places. Blewett's not expecting a lot of precipitation, but Stevens Pass could get upwards of 3 or 4 inches of snow, perhaps, on Stevens Pass. The snow levels are right about 4,500 feet, and Stevens is about 4,200 feet, so it could be a rain-snow mix, but Stevens Pass is going to have the most winter-type driving conditions for the rest of the day today, and obviously into tonight, as you saw from that graphic. It's 7 minutes after the hour on this Tuesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're going to take a quick 1-minute break, and when we come back, your Tuesday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 3 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
I came here to CVCH because one of my friends referred me. When I met Dr. Jocelyn, she was just amazing. She connected with my son, and it meant so much to me. He opens up so quickly because she just sits there and plays with him. It really is like going to see a friend. It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted and respected. It just feels like home.
And now it's time for your local news update with Steve Hare.
And a good Tuesday morning for you. I'm Dan Coons filling in for Steve Hare. 41 degrees, clear skies, on our way to a high in the mid-50s with quite a bit of sunshine. Let's check out your headlines. Several students and a bus driver received minor injuries yesterday afternoon when an Eastmont School District bus was involved in a collision with an automobile. The accident was reported at 4:20 p.m. at 15th Street in Baker, near Lee Elementary in East Wenatchee. Responding paramedics and firefighters attended to 8 injured students and the bus driver. All were transported to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee. The bus was number 11, driven by Bobby Goldsby. The uninjured students were assembled in the Lee Elementary Gymnasium and reunited there with their parents. We are awaiting the final accident report to determine what caused the wreck from the East Wenatchee Police Department. We'll have more on this for tonight's evening news. Moses Lake Police are asking for your help in solving a 4-year-old murder case. It involves the death of 22-year-old Jose Picardo, who was gunned down on a Halloween afternoon back in 2014. It happened on Valley Road as he was driving back to work after just spending his lunch break with his mother. After being shot, Picardo lost control of his car, left the roadway, and crashed into a house occupied by a mother and a small child. The suspect is Luis A. Suarez Galvan. He is 22 years old. He is still at large. Detectives have made several attempts to arrest him since the homicide, but he's managed to avoid capture with the help of friends. Suarez Galvan has an active murder warrant for his arrest. Some information has been obtained that he has been seen in the Grant County and Yakima area. If you have any information on the whereabouts or the case of Mr. Suavan Galvan or anyone who is involved in helping him, they're asking you to call the Moses Lake Police Department. The number is 764-3900 and ask to speak with the detective. Well, today is midterm election day, and half of Chelan County's registered voters have already cast their ballots. Chelan County Auditor Skip Moore says 48% of the ballots that were mailed out have been returned, with, of course, more to be processed over the next couple of days.
So I'm thinking, and we're out picking up ballots today. So drop boxes today, mail today, we're probably looking at another close to 4,000 ballots coming into the office today. That's about 10%. So that would put us at 58. Then we get the mail tomorrow, as well as those that will be deposited. So then when we look at Wednesday morning and mail again, because there will still be mail on Wednesday morning that most will have valid postmarks, we're probably, I wouldn't be surprised if we're close to 75%.
Skip Morris says the interest in this election is higher than any he's experienced.
I have not. I just have not. Based upon the activity in the office, the people at the counter, the calls for replacement ballots and what have you, this looks no different than the presidential 2 years ago, which is quite amazing as far as how you have perceived these things go. This is, the midterms normally aren't this busy, let's put it that way. And it's a great thing, don't get me wrong. I want people to vote, and I think it's a wonderful thing people are voting. It just kind of, I think, caught all of us a little flat-footed statewide running elections in that we didn't anticipate the level of turnout that we're actually getting. But we take it because we love it.
It's a similar story in Douglas County. Election officials there are reporting 48% ballot return as of yesterday morning. Of course, ballots have to be postmarked by today in order to be counted. If you mail your ballot, no excuse, because you don't need a stamp. And of course, as we mentioned at the top of the show, we'll be providing live election coverage from this very studio beginning at 7:30 tonight, right here on the NCW Live channel. Well, people who are lovers of all things goats will be happy to hear that the Pybus Public Market has a new tenant. Anderson Family Farm expects to open their store in mid-November in the former Cha Fine Teas location. They're going to be selling artisan goat milk body care products. The retail outlet, which would be called Farm to Face and Body, was selected from 20 applicants for the space. The Andersons have been raising goats on their Central Washington farm for more than 21 years. And McKenna Schwab, an incredible local hero who's taken her own health challenges and turned it into a worldwide philanthropic campaign. And now she's been recognized by the Association of Fundraising Professionals Advancement Northwest and has been named Outstanding Youth Philanthropist. Elliott Bay Productions put together this great little video on McKenna's story.
McKenna has a rare bone and joint condition called Larson's syndrome. The manifestations of the syndrome are multiple dislocated joints present at birth. No one is cured of Larson's syndrome.
McKenna has had approximately a dozen major orthopedic surgeries in her lifetime. And with each one of them, she faces it with courage and grace and just perseveres and just pushes right through everything in a very matter-of-fact and very brave way.
When McKenna was 7 years old, she did a bake sale for the hospital and raised over $7,000, and we were all amazed by that effort. And since that time, she's come back every year and had a new project with us. It could be donating toys, blankets. She put together a campaign to raise money to buy the radio flyer wagons for the hospital. She's given so much throughout the years.
She decided to give back even before I think most children know what giving back means.
McKenna's wish was to meet the actor Chris Pratt to brainstorm ways that she could improve her fundraising to help kids battling critical illnesses just like her. And she chose Chris Pratt because he himself has a relationship with Seattle Children's. And they reached out to Chris, and of course he was overwhelmed that someone had chosen to meet him for such a reason, and he immediately said yes.
Together, McKenna and Chris Pratt created an online fundraising opportunity where people could enter for a chance to win a trip to meet Chris on the set of Jurassic World in Hawaii. And they pushed it out to their followers, and together they collectively raised $828,000 for the orthopedics department at Seattle Children's.
It was a wish for something that was bigger than herself. McKenna wanted to use her wish to maximize her ability to help other children and make a difference for them.
In 2017, McKenna spoke at our Wish Night Gala and auction. She was the youngest person to take the stage and request support from our audience in one of the most important moments of our gala. And McKenna blew everyone away, myself included. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. McKenna helped us surpass our goals. We ended up raising $1,023,000 just in that portion of our event, the Raise the Paddle Fund a Wish, more than we've ever raised before and more than we've ever raised since. And it is purely because of McKenna's vulnerability and willingness to share her personal wish journey with that audience.
She inspires people, she leads people, and she gets people of all ages and all walks of life behind her, which is pretty amazing.
She really puts a lot of time and effort into all of her projects and gives it her whole heart. She's named her foundation Maxspire, and I think it's the perfect word for her.
McKenna, I am so proud of you. You are a shining light.
You are unique. You are special. I can't thank you enough. I can't love you enough.
I feel so lucky to have the chance to know you.
I want to thank you for bringing light to darkness, bringing hope to children.
You make this world a better place. And I'm not just saying that. You make this world better.
Inspiring story and an excellent video. Again, thanks to our friends from Elliott Bay Productions for sharing that story with us. Once again, a reminder, complete election night coverage comes your way from 7:30 to 9 o'clock tonight. 7:30 to 9 o'clock tonight. The whole team will be gathered with Cal Fitzsimmons, Eric Granstrom, Steve Herrick, Kerry Kendata, myself at the Chelan County Courthouse, and everybody else pitching in to get you the latest results, analysis, and everything that you need to know who won what. We'll know a little bit tonight anyway. Election night coverage comes your way from 7:30 to 9, and then we're going to replay the coverage from 9:30 to 11 tonight right here on the NCW Live channel. And don't forget the news coming your way with substitute anchor Eric Granstrom for a couple more days anyway. Eric will be in the anchor chair tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10. 5, 6, and, well, not 10. We'll have election coverage tonight at 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 5 and 6 tonight. Also available on our website at ncwlife.com. You can watch it either live streaming, will be air it at 5 and 6, or you can watch it on demand at about 5 o'clock tonight. You can also watch it on our Facebook page if you so desire. And our website and our Facebook page are two tools you can use to get a hold of us. Take a look at the bottom of your screen. That's the various ways we make it available for you to contact us here on the NCW Live channel. You can email us directly at news@ncwlife.com. You can go to our website, ncwlife.com. You can message us on Facebook, whatever the case may be. Get a hold of us. We would appreciate it. This is as much your station as it is ours. 21 minutes after the hour. Still to come between now and the top of the hour. Sports, the obscure holiday today in history, birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. And Linda Haglund from the WDA. It's a busy Tuesday. You're watching Wake Up in Anchi Valley on the NCW Live channel. Join us Tuesday, November 6th for live coverage of Election 2018. NCW Life will be on the air live from 7:30 to 9 with results, analysis, interviews, and special guests. Eric Granstrom will be our studio host, and reporters Steve Hare and Dan Coos will be in the field providing up-to-the-minute results from all the races. In addition, we'll have expert analysis of the national and statewide races. The NCW Live channel, your local source for Election 2018.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley. Christian Shaman here with Bay Equity Home Loans.
Let us make your dream of home ownership a reality. We're here to guide you through the loan process every step of the way. Check out our convenient online application. Bay Equity Home Loans in Wenatchee, your home for loans.
Stop on by or give us a call today.
And we are back at 23 minutes after the hour. I'm Dan Coons. Let's do sports. We'll start out with volleyball. Eastmont Wildcats host Eisenhower tonight. Big 9 district play-in game on paper. Eastmont has the big advantage by winning their 2 previous meetings this season, 3-zip and 3-zip, but of course they don't play on paper. The Wildcats also have double the amount of wins as the Cadets, and they have home court advantage, but of course it's the playoffs, so you can throw those records right out the window. You can bet that Eastmont coach Corinne Davis will have her girls ready. First serve at the Eastmont Gymnasium, 6 o'clock tonight. A Wildcat victory would mean a rematch with the Panthers Thursday in Yakima. The other district play-in game, by the way, in the Big Nine has Sunnyside playing at Moses Lake. That's also at 6 o'clock. The Eastmont girls soccer team getting ready for a big match tomorrow night. They got Central Valley coming to town in the first round of the WIAA State 4A girls soccer tournament. Wildcat Stadium will be the scene. Yes, we'll have a crew there. The usual soccer crew. Sebastian Moraga will be there. Matt Wiesen on the color. The game kicks off at 5 o'clock. We're going to air it at 7 o'clock tomorrow night right here on the NCW Life Channel. If the Wildcats win tomorrow, they move into the quarterfinal round against the winner of the Gonzaga Prep and Sumner match. And the Eastmont football team, they're getting ready to take on Puyallup on Friday in the first round of the state football tournament. Now, here's the deal. We're determining here on the NCW Life Channel whether we can broadcast the game. We're hoping to. According to the latest information that we got yesterday, here's the situation. The National Federation of High Schools Network plans on streaming the game live on its website. And if that's the case, we would not be able to actually go there with our crew and televise the game right here. However, we're trying to determine if we can grab their feed and put them on our website and stream it. So we'll have more information when Eric delivers the news and the sports tonight at 5 o'clock. We'll let you know one way or the other. We'll be able to televise the game or at least put it on our website. We'll know more by the end of the day today. Good news. Wenatchee graduate and University of Washington standout offensive left tackle Trey Adams reportedly returning for another year with the Huskies. That's Trey seen here with the Searman family of Wenatchee. UW head coach Chris Peterson said at yesterday's press conference that Adams would be back for a 5th season with Washington. He redshirted this season. He underwent back surgery in August. He missed the last half of last season with a knee injury. Prior to his injuries, of course, Adams was expected to be a first-round draft pick in next year's NFL draft. Well, the Seahawks 4-4, halfway point of the 2018 NFL season following that last loss to the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday. Coach Pete Carroll met with reporters yesterday and said Seattle missed way too many opportunities against a pretty impressive football team.
We missed opportunities in this game and gave away some advantage with some mistakes that we made. And the Chargers did a nice job of taking advantage of it. And we played a real good, tight game and got down to the end, had a chance to be in it and wasn't able to finish it. I'm real impressed with the quarterback. Even though his numbers weren't huge, just the plays that he made, the throws that he made. The receivers were really good, and the tailback was really good too. So they did a nice job on that side of it. And we had our opportunities. I love the way we played in the second half, where the defense came around and didn't give them a score, didn't give them any third downs, and gave us a chance, took the ball off them with the clock running out to give us a chance to go down and tie the thing up. And so that was pretty sharp.
With so many changes defensively this year for the Seahawks, a lot of commentators across the league felt that Seattle was going to be in a rebuilding year this year. Not so according to Coach Carroll.
I never have looked at it like it's a rebuilding year, and John and I didn't look at it like that. We saw the opportunities to fill the spots, and we thought we could keep moving and going. There's always going to be some growing time, and we saw that in the first 2 weeks of the season, I think. So, as far as expectations, our expectations are higher, and that's why we're disappointed that we're not in better shape than we are right now.
Seahawks in L.A. to take on the Rams, the 9-1 Rams on Sunday afternoon, 1:25 kickoff, televised on Fox. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Tuesday morning, 27 minutes after the hour. Let's do the obscure holiday of the day today. Adolphe Sax was born in this state in Belgium in 1814. His claim to fame is a good one. He invented the saxophone, so that makes today Saxophone Day, an unofficial holiday to celebrate the woodwind instrument that's used in all kinds of different musical genres: jazz, classical, military ensembles, marching bands. Yes, Adolphe Sax was an instrument maker and a musician who basically invented the saxophone. There are 4 types of basic saxophones: the tenor, the baritone, the alto, and the soprano. Most beginning saxophone players use the alto saxophone because it's the easiest to learn, and then you move on to the other saxophones. There are a lot more than just the basic 4 saxophones, but I can't get into mentioning them all. I was actually going to bring in my own personal saxophone and play a little number for you. to get your day going, but I remember that I'm under strict instructions, no sax during the show. Happy National Saxophone Day today. It is 28 minutes after the hour. Let's do Today in History. We got 5 presidential elections that all happened on November 6th, including Honest Abe Lincoln. That's from the New York Times. November 6, 1860, 158 years ago today, Abraham Lincoln elected as the 16th president of the United States. The 1860 election was the last of 5 consecutive elections in which the incumbent president was not a candidate in the general election. Think about that. That would never happen today, but it could happen certainly in the mid-1860s. Abraham Lincoln got the gig on this date, November 6th, 1860. Let's jump ahead to November 6th, 1928. He's a mover and a groover, and his name was Herbert Hoover. And he won the presidential election on this date in 1928. He was elected the 31st president of the United States. He would be the last Republican to win a presidential election until 1952. That was a long dry spell for the GOP. 62 years ago today, November 6, 1956, Ike is reelected to a second term. This was the last election in which both candidates were born in the 19th century, and it was also the most recent election, which was a rematch of the previous election, with Eisenhower defeating Adlai Stevenson in both 1952 and 1956. November 6, 1984, 34 years ago today, Ronald Reagan re-elected to the presidency of the United States. His 525 electoral votes, by the way, still remain the highest of all time. Reagan re-elected on this date in 1984. And speaking of re-elections, November 6, 2012, Barack Obama, re-elected president of the United States. Mitt Romney and his advisors were so confident that Mitt Romney was actually going to win that Mitt Romney didn't bother to write a concession speech. Probably wishes he did. We got more election stuff, by the way, all this week on Today in History, 30 minutes after the hour. Let's do some birthdays. We all know that Abner Doubleday didn't invent baseball. Football evolved, soccer evolved, hockey evolved, but one guy can claim credit to actually inventing basketball, and that was the Canadian and American physician and educator James Naismith, who was born in this state in 1861, passed away in 1939 at the age of 78. He invented basketball. He's the guy. Back in 1891, he was taught at the YMCA in Springfield, Massachusetts. It was wintertime. There was nothing for them to do physically activity-wise, so he invented basketball. The document that listed the 13 original rules of basketball written by James Naismith sold at auction for $4.4 million, which is the most ever paid for a sports memorabilia item. James Naismith was born in the state in 1861. The greatest right-handed pitcher of all time, in my opinion, is Walter Johnson, the Big Train. The American baseball player was born in the state in 1887, died at the age of 59. The most shutouts in history, 110 shutouts. That record will never be broken. Second all-time in wins, 417 career victories, and he's one of the 5 original inductees into baseball's Hall of Fame. In my opinion, the greatest right-handed pitcher in baseball history, Walter Johnson, born in the state in 1887. The great Glenn Fry, we miss this guy. Glenn Fry would have been 70 years old today. Of course, we lost him a couple of years ago at the age of 67. Of course, a founding member of the Eagles, had 24 top 40 hits between his band, the Eagles, and his solo career, and he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1998. Glenn Fry was born in the state 70 years ago. And Pat Tillman, an American hero, the American football player, and eventually, of course, the soldier. After 4 years of playing in the NFL, he was making $500,000 a year. After 4 years in the NFL, the Phoenix Cardinals offered him a $3.6 million contract. Instead, he quit. He enlisted in the Army in May of 2002 and was killed 2 years later by friendly fire and was posthumously awarded the Silver Star and the Purple Heart. Pat Tillman was born in this state in 1976. We're going to take a break at 32 minutes after the hour. Everybody is entitled to Mike Minardi's opinion. And then Linda Haglin, the executive director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association, will talk all things downtown. They're getting ready for a really busy holiday season. That and more to come. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Thanks to the help I received at Goodwill,
I have a job. I'm working now. Thanks to Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Thank you, Goodwill.
Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to get you back to work. When you donate to or shop at Goodwill, you're really helping people find work.
Thank you. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
NCW Life Channel is proud to present the Spotlight on Business. We're going behind the scenes to bring you the story of local businesses throughout North Central Washington. How did they get started? And why are they so successful? We'll answer these and other questions each week with Spotlight on Business, Sundays through Fridays on the NCW Life Channel.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody in it is entitled to my opinion. Now, when it comes to women, President Trump is a pig. Now, I'm sorry. His disrespectful attitude towards women is just beyond the pale. And Bill Clinton is also a pig for similar reasons. His willingness to use his power and position to sexually exploit a subordinate in the Oval Office of all places comes from the same attitude and disrespect towards women that is expressed by our current president. Now, I'm sorry. This is why, like them or not, I have respect for men like George W. Bush and Barack Obama for all their appearances, are faithful and respectful husbands and good fathers to their children. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar brought to you by Local-Tel. Holiday Open House and Wine Walk is this Saturday from 12 to 5 in downtown Wenatchee. Visit participating downtown locations hosting wineries and cideries from throughout the region. Also Saturday is Ladies' Night Out in Plain at Plain Hardware and Nordic Ski Trails from 6 to 8. Enjoy discounts on gifts, clothing, and holiday decorations. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Turn back the clocks and grab the ice melt. Winter weather is here. This is Corey at Rose Tractor. If you're looking for a reliable way to clear snow, look no further than Cub Cadet. For sidewalks and driveways, a Cub Cadet snow thrower will get the job done in a jiffy. For larger jobs, a Cub Cadet Challenger utility vehicle with a snow blade will handle about anything. You can depend on Cub Cadet for years of reliable performance, and we'll help you select the best model for your job at Rose Tractor, family-run business at the corner of 3rd and Rock Island Road in East Wenatchee.
You don't want to see this happen. It's the oil light on your car. Oil is the lube of life for your car's engine. At Alignment Pros and Express Lube, they pour the best oil your car deserves. Expect fast, friendly, superior service in a clean environment. They'll change your oil and perform a 21-point inspection while you enjoy the comfort of their amazing waiting room. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
When you're alone and life is treating you lonely, you can always go downtown. With apologies to Petula Clark. I always start, whenever Linda visits me, I always start out with that song, and I don't know why. Linda Haglund is the executive director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association. At least I didn't sing it.
You know what? You can sing it because I love that song. It's probably one of my favorite songs. Good morning.
I invite Linda occasionally to come on the show for a couple of reasons. Number one, she's just a font of information about all things downtown. And number two, I get my new thing of coffee. Always bring me a little coffee there, the Heart of Wenatchee blend from Mela.
Thank you, Mela.
Which, by the way, is really good. Yeah, the last time you brought me some, I had plenty of coffee, and I accidentally left it in the break room, and somebody kiped it.
Yep.
My fault.
I know.
This isn't going to happen.
Your bad. I wouldn't do that today.
Yeah, no, it's going right to my house.
Good.
We had a lot to talk about. First of all, last Wednesday, Halloween, the 31st of October, downtown was a sea of ghosts and goblins, and 4,000 or 5,000 kids, I want to say?
It had
How many?
to be. Oh my gosh, with families. You know, families dress up. There's families that are themed, you know, costumes. We estimate between 5,000 and 6,000 people come down for the 2 hours, between 3 and 5. And I have to say a special thank you to the businesses. This is not an expensive undertaking, right? So we help a little bit. Actually, Dave and Sandy Galatly gave us money, and we try to buy every participating business one bag.
Okay.
They'll need 5 or 6 of those big Costco bags, right? So about 3 years ago, the city of Wenatchee gave us permission to shut the street down. It was really one of my most stressful days in the past when the street was still operating and people were still driving because kids are in a sugar frenzy. And so by shutting the avenue down, it creates this wonderfully safe environment. So what we saw this year was super fun. The bookmobile came, and you would think, oh, the bookmobile came, right? They decorated it up with cobwebs. They all dressed up, and then they played the Harry Potter theme, blasted the Harry Potter theme. Kids just loved it. Waste Management brings a big dump truck. PUD brings a line truck. City brings everything. You know, they bring
trucks.
Oh,
Kids love fire trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodfellow Brothers, our newest downtown family, brought an excavator the kids could crawl around on. That was super fun. And then a special shout out to Link. They've never been able to come. And Selena Danko, bless her heart with Link, she had this idea. And they decorated a bus. So the kids got to walk into this not scary haunted bus, get trick-or-treated and walk back out. Those are the things that make this incredibly community. And that's what it felt like. You know, I said to somebody, we spend $0 in advertising this, but we see all demographics, all ages trick-or-treating. Pretty fun, and a special thank you to all the nonprofits, everybody that comes and makes it community. Pretty
And you're
cool.
dealing with a known entity. You're in downtown Wenatchee. The streets are closed. You know the businesses. You're not going to go to some strange neighborhood. Gee, is this porch light on or not? Do I trick or treat on this door or not? It takes all the guesswork and all the concerns, the safety concerns that come naturally to parents on Halloween. It just eliminates all of that stuff.
It does, and what we hear is that door-to-door trick-or-treating is lessening. We hear people say, I get less and less in my home because you provide this very safe environment. And so Captain Edgar Reinfeld, bless his heart, he helps me coordinate and place people, and the Wenatchee Police Department just does everything to help us. And then, you know, Brian Burnett came down, the sheriff came down and helped, and Chief Crown. That is what gives you that feel that there's law enforcement present, but there's firemen, just super fun. Very cool.
And it should be pointed out, by doing it that way, the kids, the trick-or-treaters, can get their candy from the various businesses, and most of them do it right outside their door. So if you actually have business with one of the downtown businesses, you can go in and buy whatever it is or get whatever you need to eat without having the business overrun with a bunch of kids.
If you can get through the sea of children.
Yeah.
In front of the door. Yeah.
Any unique costumes jump out at you?
Oh
that you
my
remember?
gosh. Okay, so there always is. But I mean, we just sit there and laugh at all the theme costumes, and then kids try to make you guess what they are. So it was super fun. I really typically have a soft spot for the babies. So people that dress their babies up that will have no recollection of this event that happened, but they were super cute. And you might have seen in the paper the kid dressed up like a fire truck sitting in the fire truck was pretty cute. So I have a soft spot in my heart for dogs and kids, right? So a lot of dogs were dressed up, super fun.
We'd like to think, and well, it's true that downtown has a bunch of diverse, different kinds of businesses, and the core to any thriving downtown is mom and pop stores. And yesterday in Street Talk and Other Stuff, Matt McNulty had the owner of the old bookshop.
Yeah.
And I had never met her before. I love
Never.
books, and I'm one of those people who just assume read a book in your hand and on your phone or on your tablet or even on your Kindle. She seems to be doing good.
Super and unique, and then she also spotlights some other local businesses like the Yeti chocolates you can buy in there. So she spotlights those things that also helps community. She is really a good poster child for what small business is. And that's what I love about our downtown. And can I talk a little bit about that being Small Business Saturday coming up?
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's the Saturday after Black Friday. So we go Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then Small Business Saturday. And we heard our merchants last year say, thank you to the community for really honoring that small business. And that's a really good day to go to downtown, right? They understand they don't have those big Black Friday TV deals, right? But what they do have is this very much community feel a small business has. So Small Business Saturday will be that Saturday after Thanksgiving. And we're going to kick off something fun this year, and we're calling it Mingle and Jingle through the holidays. So we'll provide, all those businesses will provide you a passport. And you can get a little stamp between the 24th, which is Small Business Saturday, and Christmas Eve. You have a month to get your little passport. And if you get the majority of them filled out, you're going to go to the chamber. And we have purchased some really fun ornaments. And you will get that just as a thank you.
Oh, cool.
And if you fill out your entire passport, it's almost like a scavenger hunt because there's some new businesses you're going to go, where is this? Then you'll be entered into drawing, and we're going to give away tickets. We're going to give away fun stuff after the holidays. So mingle and jingle through downtown. But Small Business Saturday, the Anne-Marie Ordways, you know, the Beth Dewitt threads, the Tumbleweed, you know, the Balls at the Gilded Lily, Marcy Collins. I can go on and on. You know, Peggy at the Pickle, right? These are small business people who believe in community, and your money goes directly back to your community, not on the big A word, right? Online, right?
Yes.
It stays in your community. So we know there'll be people that are going to go online because of options. I get that. But please be mindful and at least commit to do some shopping in your local businesses. And we love it when you pick downtown, right? We just love that.
Should have brought the bag on.
It's a surprise. Nobody's seen the Small Business Saturday
so
bag.
Maybe we should not.
No,
Next time we'll
it's
put
a
the bag
surprise.
on. Veterans Day is always on November 11th. It's one of the 4 federal holidays. It always falls on the same date, regardless of the day of the week. It's the other ones are New Year's, Christmas, Independence Day, and Veterans Day, which is November 11th, which is a Sunday this year. Now, they are going to parade through downtown on Sunday, on Veterans Day proper. Veterans Day itself, as far as being recognized with offices closed and no government and no mail, that kind of stuff, no school, that's on the 12th. That's going to be on Monday the 12th is when it's going to be observed, but it's actually on Sunday the 11th. And this is a little thing of the 21 banners you have hanging up in downtown Wenatchee. I saw you on Life with Lisa Bradshaw last week talking about this again. Want to run this through one more time?
Yeah, it's so cool. So I got this idea when I went to the National Main Street Conference. Another community does something similar. And I came home and said, you know, it's not in the money in the budget or in our work plan. We have to do this. So we put out applications, and we received 21 applications for a banner. They have to pay for these banners. It's not a fundraiser for us. A portion of that money goes to pay for the banner, and then a portion's going right back to Veteran Services locally. So it's 100% pass-through. What has been amazing is we got 21 of these banners, and they are up now. They'll be up the whole month of November. And thank you to Mayor Kuntz, who said that the flags that usually just come up for the holiday will stay up the whole month to honor our heroes. So this year, the portion of the proceeds are going to the VFW for local deployed. Next year will be Vets Serving Vets in the bunker. So we'll change that around. That 21, we have the possibility to do 60. So look at these banners, and a special shout out to the Wenatchee World. They're doing a booklet that will be inserted in your Friday newspaper that will tell all of their stories.
Okay.
And that proved to be the most difficult part. Not the picture, but to get them to talk. And many of these are still alive. We have one currently deployed still, and they all have a local connection. The stories were the hard part. But I have to say that this project has resonated so deeply beyond what I ever imagined. A lot of these heroes are finding us. So Meredith and I in our office feel like we have 21 new heroes. Well, for me, 20. One of them is my father, right? So I bought a banner for Daddy. But they've come and found us and told us how this meant something so amazing to them. And then I see families come, I'll try not to choke up, families coming down, taking pictures with their banners. It just absolutely warms our heart.
Think we got a new tradition going here?
We do.
Yeah.
And we can grow to 60 banner brackets in town. So the application for next year will be up on our website. Start now, because the stories that I mentioned, the stories are kind of hard. Start now, because none of them are comfortable being called a hero.
Right.
And none of them really like to talk about their service. But you'll love the stories. You know, Wes and Elaine Hensley, Vietnam vets, they met in Vietnam and married. Their story's super cool. Their kids did this as a surprise. And I got to be downtown when Wes saw his banner for the first time. Super cool.
Wes has aged pretty good.
He is.
So's Doug Button. So
Yeah.
I know, there's a lot of people here I know. They look pretty good.
Yeah, Randy Goldstad.
Yeah.
And Kelsey Dew, the Deli Sweetwood. It's her grandfather. Mahalich is her grandfather. And Megan Bippert, who's the communications for Douglas County PUD. It's her father.
Okay.
So their picture with their family was over the weekend. And like I said, it chokes me up, because it really means something. And one veteran came to my office and said he'd really never felt appreciated for his service. And as we were both crying, I said, that ends right here, right now. In this town, we honor our heroes, no doubt.
We can do 70. We can do 70
sure
runs.
can.
We can. Yeah.
Next year.
Absolutely. Next year. What happens to the banners when
they
they're
get up for 2 years. Your $200 pays you for 2 years.
So they'll go into storage.
They'll go into storage and come back out next year. Plus, I hope to get at least 40 more, which will be 60. And if you're right, 55 more. We'll see.
We'll be able to swing that.
Okay.
Linda Hagelin is the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Downtown Association. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about what's going on this Saturday in downtown. It has something to do with this little glass right here. More with Linda when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
Join us Tuesday, November 6th for live coverage of Election 2018. NCW Life will be on the air live from 7:30 to 9 with results, analysis, interviews, and special guests. Eric Ranstrom will be our studio host, and reporters Steve Hare and Dan Kuntz will be in the field providing up-to-the-minute results from all the races. In addition, we'll have expert analysis of the national and statewide races. The NCW Life channel, your local source for Election 2018.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
This is the NCW Life Community Calendar, brought to you by Local Tel. Full Circle Theater Company presents The Hound of the Baskervilles, which is being performed this Friday and Saturday at the Riverside Playhouse. Get your tickets at numericapac.org. Laugh Riot 2018 is this Saturday at the Wenatchee Convention Center from 8 to 10:30 p.m. Come see the best in stand-up comedy. For more information and other community events, visit ncwlife.com.
Bob's Burgers and Brew in Wenatchee. Only the best.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We got about 7 minutes left with Linda Hagelin, the Executive Director of the WDA, the Wenatchee Downtown Association. You mentioned Dave and Sandy earlier. Dave and Sandy gladly helped buy some of the candy for the Ghosts and Goblins last Wednesday on Halloween. They're also a main player on what's going on Saturday downtown. Linda, explain, please.
Well, thank you to Dave and Sandy, and also Moss Adams.
Yeah.
We can't do things like this and have them break even or make us a little money without help. So Moss Adams and Dave and Sandy help sponsor the Holiday Open House and Wine Walk. It's annually. And the fun part of this is that it gives you a chance to taste a little wines. The wines are all regional and a lot of local but a lot of regional wines. It gives you a chance to taste those and some hard ciders. Visit 18 locations in downtown. Go away with a little glass, and then at the end, if you like those wines, the Chamber is selling all of those and will be discounted, and it's a kickoff for their holiday wine sales. So a lot of people don't know that, especially this time of year, it gets more and more difficult to go visit the wineries, right? Because they kind of winter.
Sure.
The Chamber sells them all the time. So you can walk in on the corner of 2nd Wenatchee Avenue and buy those local wines as Christmas gifts. This is a kickoff to that.
And taste, too.
And taste them, yeah. So this Saturday, the 10th, from 12 to 5, you can go through these locations. We have a map. We're going to give you that glass and some tokens to give it a try. And then go by, and everybody's going to have some food and snacks for you. This year we have some restaurants playing with some special options for you too as well, and always a fun day downtown. And it's a really good chance for you to visit some of these stores that you didn't know existed maybe in the downtown. Like I said, 18 locations. Plus, we have a hydration station at Firehouse Pet, so you can go get some non-alcoholic beverage right there, and then all kinds of stops and deals in the downtown on Saturday.
So is there a map? So if there's a certain vintage, or I say I'm a cab guy, or I prefer this kind of Merlot, I know exactly where to go? And
It is. So you have a winery coming this year that really we've never had before, and that's Fielding Hills. Very popular winery in this. So most all of them give you options, right, of a red or white. When you start at either Davis Furniture or the Chamber, it's the two starting locations, we have to see your little ID, no matter how old you are. Please don't let us offend you, but Liquor Control's
that's the deal.
Pretty picky about it.
Doesn't matter if you're 21 or 101, you got to have your ID.
We'll put a wristband, so Meredith will be at Davis and I'll be at the Chamber. We'll get you started on your way with a map. And every location will say who is pouring. So if you go to Spruce and Willow or American Shoe Shop or Arlberg, wherever you're going on the path, you'll know who. And then you can check those, because once you maybe have a few, you might not quite remember what you had. We know that. Or they kind of, when you taste so many and think, oh, I really like that. So you'll be able to mark them. So when you get back to the Chamber, you'll know what you liked and you can buy.
That's easy enough.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
It's super easy. But the weather's supposed to be amazing. Thank you. I was in the green room cheering when you gave the weather report.
We can do it one more time. Saturday, lots of sunshine, high about 51. We can live with that.
So it makes it's that feel. And again, it's the kickoff to the holidays. A lot of the stores are decorated. It's just.
When does this begin and end, by the way, on Saturday?
12 to 5.
12
So
to 5.
you
Okay.
can start picking up at 12, again, Davis or the Chamber, and then we'll cut it off just before 5, and then they'll load up, and it'll be a great day downtown. And then you have lots of time to go get some food again.
Yeah, go to Stone's or Cook's Corner or any
Stone's
of the
has a great happy
downtown,
hour. There's lots of people that are going to reach out and try to. Iwa has a special deal, Ohm Cooking, that's a new one in downtown, right? So they have a special. Ina always does something fun. For $5, you get some fun little appetizers, and she does a Russian vodka tasting, which is above and beyond that, which is wine, hard cider, vodka. Not going there. Just good day downtown.
So you check in and you buy your tokens and you get your glass at either the Chamber office, kitty corner from Bob's, right next to the American Performing Arts Center, or down in front of Davis Furniture, and you can go one way or the other. But if you want to purchase the vintage, you got to buy the wine at the Chamber, correct?
You do, and you can do it at the end. We order special little wine bags with Moss Adams logo on them that you can have a little wine bag to purchase your wine in. And without the help of these businesses and these wineries, we couldn't do this. It's a great partnership with the Chamber. It's a fundraiser for us, but also it is really these businesses who are going the extra to make sure you have some snacks, a little should I just tease out something? Sure. Mills Brothers Space is going to be open. Sam and Vicki are going to come down.
Oh, good.
There'll be a winery there. Plus, they've got a couple of really fun things happening in there. So you can pop in and see Sam and Vicki. A lot of people are missing them, right? And you can pop in and see them. That's going to be super fun. They will be a stop on the way. And then my encouragement to you is to either call our office. The Chamber has our tablet. They can sell you the ticket right now. or Eventbrite. So we have the Eventbrite on our website, could click you and link
And that's really
you.
the way to do it.
It is.
It
And
saves you some time.
full disclosure, there's a little extra fee. Eventbrite collects a fee that is there. So if a lot of people don't like that fee and want to avoid it, but it's just a super fun day. Ticket sales are going really well, so we hope to sell out. We've never been able to sell out this one. But another shout out is that we receive a little tourism dollars for these, and tourism dollars has helped us buy some advertising. So we're just very thankful for our partners to help us do this.
And we do miss Sam and Vicki, but it should be pointed out that there have been some nibbles on the Mills Brothers property, but they want to find the right business.
Yes, they do.
Maybe the next business that will last 120 years like
they do.
Mills Brothers did. We got about 30 seconds left. Anything else on your mind,
Yes,
young lady?
and just to let you know, we have 7 buildings in downtown in some form of upgrade or remodel. The most one you're going to went by and go, whoa, is come down the avenue. Used to be Washington Federal. They just painted that building.
Oh, okay.
Chris Martin and his crew that own that now just painted it, and you're going to drive by and go, whoa! You talk about an instant improvement to that building just by painting it. So there are 7 buildings in the process of some kind of remodel. And then there was a publication coming out in The Good Life that really spotlighted the upgrade of those apartments above Cycle Central. Check that out. Kathy and Tim Rush are doing some
I have a certain
amazing
family
stuff.
member who lives in those apartments.
Pretty cool.
I can tell you what that's all about.
Yes.
Linda, it's always good to see you.
Thank you for
Woo-hoo.
letting us come.
Thank you for
voting.
voting.
Everybody. Yes, I voted.
Everybody
I voted.
have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.